Should Gurriel be getting starting time right now? The way that his at-bats are looking, the answer to me is totally no. Like, I did, and I still sort of stand by this. Like, I think when we're 8-2, and at the time we were 7-1, I want to focus on the positives rather than the negatives. But I know social media, it's a lot of it, you know, there's a lot of attention that goes to the negative stuff. And sure, like, of course, you want to get better and you don't want guys automatic out starting in a lineup. But I like to focus on the positives when I'm a fan. It's one thing if you're the manager, if you're the GM, if you're one of the coaches, if you're in the front office, and your job is to make the team as good as possible. That's not our job. We're fans. You can fan however you want to fan. I'm not saying you don't criticize Yuli Gurriel, you don't criticize Jason Hayward, and you don't want Oscar Gonzalez on the team. You can want whoever you want. That's fine. I just choose to focus on the positive. But I know it's a topic of conversation. And so, yeah, I'll address it. Like Yuli Gurriel, his at bats don't look good. And Mike Shildt did. He was talking to the media. I don't know if this was a quote after yesterday's game, but it was pretty recent. Let me find it. Here it is. On Yuli Gurriel, this was yesterday from AJ Cassavell. It's early. Yuli's a more than professional hitter. He's done this a long time. He's just getting his timing going. Looks like he's a little jumpy, chasing the ball up a little bit, but he'll settle down and he'll give us good at bats. That's Mike Shildt being positive. That's Mike Shildt backing his guy. How much does Mike Shildt actually believe that? I don't know. But the fact of the matter is right now, Yuli Gurriel has one hit. The one hit was big. Padres won that game 1-0. You know, Crony was on second base and Gurriel drove him in, but he doesn't have a hit as a starting player, I don't believe, as a Padre. And when he's chasing ball, I mean, he's totally a pull hitter, obviously. So he is easy to pitch to. If you're a major league pitcher, you know where you can go with this guy. And we've seen it. You can go breaking ball away outside the strike zone, and he's going to swing and he's going to pull it for a weak ground ball somewhere. Or, you know, he's going to, like Shildt said, jump fastball up and jump at it. And so should he be in this lineup over Jose Iglesias when a lefty is on the mound? Should he be in this lineup over Oscar Gonzalez or even Gavin Sheets, to be honest? Like, if you're going to stick, if you want Yuli Gurriel here for pinch hit opportunities or whatever, experience, World Series experience, or he's helping out someone on the roster, something behind the scenes that we don't know about, okay. But every game does matter. And while, yeah, it is early, you could miss the playoffs by a game. You could not win the division by a game or two. And so it does matter. You do want the best lineup out there. And so why would you give Yuli Gurriel at bats over Gavin Sheets when look how good Gavin Sheets, did he strike out a few times today? Yeah, but how well Gavin Sheets is performing at the plate, I don't care if it's a lefty on the mound. If you're just going to roll with the numbers of Gavin Sheets against lefties with no opportunities against lefties this season, or very few, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I assume it's very few so far. If you're just going to roll with the numbers in the past, guess what? That's the past. That's not the best thing to do when Gavin Sheets has worked on things with Victor Rodriguez, with the Padres staff, and he's a different guy than he was with the White Sox. So I would at least give him the opportunity. Like that's what makes me mad sometimes is when you don't give guys the opportunity. If you give the guys the opportunity and, you know, they don't do it, okay, you gave them the opportunity. But to like, just because, oh, in the past someone didn't do it, that doesn't mean that they can't do it now when they've made progress on things. And it seems like Gavin Sheets has worked really hard to be where he's at. So let's say you want Yuli Gurriel still on the roster. Okay. Well, when a lefty, the next left-handed pitcher, give Gavin Sheets the shot. Give him a shot to face the lefties and see what happens. Crony's actually looked okay against lefties this season. It's a new season. Give him the opportunity. You know? So that's where I stand on that's where I stand on it right now. Sorry if I can talk. But yeah, like Gavin Sheets is clearly the guy that can impact this team more right now. He's the better guy. Yuli Gurriel, him starting in the lineup, how is that helping more than Gavin Sheets or Jose Iglesias, who hit over 300 last season? How many opportunities has he gotten against lefties? You know, and I know you have to take guys out of the order, but you could have Crony pinch hit if you want to rise in there. And I mean, if you're taking Crony out, then you wouldn't put someone else in and keep Gurriel in. I wouldn't assume. I would keep Crony in there, and you just have Iglesias or Sheets in there for Gurriel. What you can do if you're like, oh well, I don't want to use Iglesias in DH in case someone gets hurt and he has to go in the infield. You can still move Iglesias from DH to another infield spot. That's not a huge deal. So yeah, and then have pinch hitters, I guess, the rest of the way. It's not a huge deal. So as much as I don't like focusing on one guy, especially when the Padres are 8-2, as much as I don't want to focus on one guy and be like, be all negative, it's pretty glaring. Like Gurriel, he's not the guy right now. And if you give the opportunity to others and they don't perform, and then you want to go back to a righty, okay. But you have Gavin Sheets on the roster. You have Jose Iglesias on the roster. Why can't you give those guys the opportunity the next time a left-hander is on the mound for the opponent? That's how I feel about it. Right now, let's see. Gurriel. He's 40 years old. He has 50. No, that's last year. 13 at bats. He's 1 for 13 so far. And again, 13 at bats, very small sample size, but still. He's 1 for 13. He has a .077 average. That one hit, sure, it was a big one, but that's one hit, and that was off the bench. That was not as a starting player. And then if you want to go over to Gavin Sheets, he has a 984 OPS, and he's hitting 385 this year. Now, is all of that against left-handed pitching? No, it's not. But numbers are numbers. Who is performing better? It's not Yuli Gurriel.